Hello everybody, welcome back to the workshop. So in this video, I am going to be showing you how I overcome forging larger bowls than what I have swedge blocks for. So you guys have seen me in quite a few videos making different bowls and bowl-like forms in a green Menangle, I think it is, called swedge block. It's a great swedge block, definitely worth the investment. Many people have asked me about this swedge block and like where you could get it at, and the easiest answer to that is you can go over to Pi Tool Company. They sell a very similar pattern block that's almost exactly identical to mine, both on the front and the back with all the bowl depressions and stuff, and I believe it's $360, maybe a little bit more shipped. I'll put a link to Pi Tool Company down in the description down below. It's just a standard link, so it'll just head you over there to their website. They are not a sponsor of this channel. This is just a place that I get asked about 1.5 billion questions of where you all can find swedge blocks, and that is the closest thing I've found to my own. Now, I purchased mine at Quad State a long time ago for a good deal of money. Back then it was $275 when I purchased it, and it has made at least 10 times that back in the last 7 or so years that I have had it. So it's been a very good, welcomed addition to my workshop. But in this video, as you'll see here in just a second, you do not need this fancy swedge block. You can very easily do all the forging you need to do with a basic stump and a wooden mallet. Now, I'm working on a copper bowl, so to speak, in this video, or not so to speak, it's what I'm working on. It's customers' orders of mine. I'm working on a 12-inch and a 14-inch round copper bowl, and obviously that won't fit in a 7-inch depression, and so therefore I need a lot more space. Now, people have been forming bowls and vessels and things like that using wood for a great many years. There's just a few tricks that you have to apply to it when you're taking and doing these types of forgings. So the biggest trick here is I'm using copper. You want to take and get your copper up to a nice red cherry heat if you're working with copper. If you're working with steel, you might want to go quite a bit higher than that if you're forming it hot, and you bring it out to your swedge block. Now, there's nothing that's special about a wooden stump swedge block other than the fact that you just, need to continue to take and hammer it nice and evenly, and kind of picture in your mind about where the center point is on that bowl or where that depression is underneath you. And you can hammer bowls as large as you like out of this. The largest that I have done in a similar like fashion in this way has been a 3-foot diameter copper bowl. So again, you can do quite a bit of work in what is relatively a small depression. The big trick is you want no sharp edges. If you have sharp edges, you'll have galling on the back side of your bowls, and that is never any fun. So again, you want to take and use a nice wooden block under support if you do not have a steel swedge block that fits your vessels or your bowls or things like that. The next trick to it is you want your hammer faces to be really clean. In the video here, I've used a wooden mallet, and that wooden mallet you guys have seen in a ton of my different videos of doing these bowls and stuff. That is to take and prevent hammer galling or hammer marks, because ultimately it's a natural tendency to take and hammer down into a swedge or a depression and come in flat with the hammer face, and that is just no bueno for a curved surface. It leaves a chop mark on the edge, and it doesn't end up depressing the area that you were looking to get after in the first place. So you want to use something like a wooden mallet. You can use large rawhide mallets. They make some now that have like a big heavy cast iron head with big rawhide ends, different sledges and different weights that you can get them in. Those can work very effectively. But again, when you're working with softer materials like copper, you will notice that they will have a tendency to leave a bit of a surface texture. That may or may not be what you want depending on what your finishing is like. Now, I make bowls in all sorts of ranges and sizes, everything down to 4 inches or 3 inches around diameter for something as simple as a ladle, all the way up to 3 to 4 foot in diameter, you know, for bird baths and fountains and things like that. Now that's not a common occurrence, large bowls like that, because they do cost quite a bit of work. They take quite a bit of work, and so therefore they are at pretty high cost. But anyways, I hope this video was informational to you. I hope that it shows you a little bit of what goes in to making you know, bowls like this, and that no, you don't need an expensive Swedge block to get the same job done, and you can undertake this process yourself in your own shop and just add one more tool to your arsenal as a blacksmith. So that's it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like, comment down below what you thought, if this was helpful to you. And if you're interested in supporting videos like this and you would like to take and help continue this into the future, the education that Jessica and I provide here on YouTube for free, a great way of doing that and supporting the channel is checking out our website over at blacksmithpdfs.com, and consider purchasing a power hammer plan or related plan of sorts, or possibly even an ebook. Those are always greatly appreciated, and we do thank you for that. The other way that you could support the channel is just share the videos with your friends if you found this helpful. So without further ado, God bless you. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.